Okay. So what's the word, Thunderbird?
So upon watching the video, I agree with the offense fee. It's not really clear. It's all happening at once where you see one moment the defendant like lunge forward but blocked. You can't see what he does, and then officers grab him immediately. So you really can't see the grab that the officer says in the OR that occurred. But in the OR it says there was that grab, and that's why they grabbed him back. So
It's not there. It's not there.
Not there.
you just can't see. It's not saying it's not there. It's just that you can't see it on video. It's obscure. There's people in the way because
So I guess my theory from reading the notes is that when the whole situation was happening with his mother, the gurney was left outside of the house. So the EMS never came inside the house. They were asking the son who opened the door the mother has to walk outside. And he was like, my mother can't walk outside because she's having trouble breathing. Mom eventually comes outside, gets on the stretcher. The stretcher is then taken into the ambulance. The son is running after the stretcher because they're trying to make sure that their mom is fine. What the commotion that arises is that, for me, I feel like nobody knew who exactly pushed who, but it's more of an emergency situation about a child caring for his mom who's having a serious medical issue.
I mean, times like this, when you have a medical emergency, right? It's always chaos. I mean, there's chaos ensues, right? Is he really trying to prevent an EMS person from doing their job?
So you look at the totality of the facts, it's like, how are you supposed to, how is he trying to prevent someone from doing their job when all he's trying to do is make sure that he's helping his mother, who they said, hey, we're not going to come to the house to even bring you in.
Does he pull the arm off?
according to the officer, he just grabbed it, and the officer grabbed him at that point. So the reason why it's not really clear how quick it happened. On the video, it looks pretty quick because the officers grabbed him immediately.
But the issue is that the officers arrive at the scene when there was already an incident occurring. They don't know, the officer can't state what happened initially.
Right, but the issue here is that as it's played, it's like the grab of the arm is that interruption or just disruption of the EMS trying to get the mother onto the gurney. And it's not necessary that the defendant intended to do that. It's just that there was that disruption.
This is a specific intent crime. So he has to specifically intend to interfere with the duty of that person, of the performance and exercise of what the official is trying to do. That's what he's charged with. Right?
Respectfully, this is a criminal negligence. There's no intentionally knowingly requirement for this. It's just that a disruption occurred through the defendant's actions with criminal negligence. So in this case, he grabbed the EMS, and the negligence would be that a reasonable person should have known not to do that, and that therefore resulted in the disruption of the EMS trying to perform their duty.
But the negligence also didn't pose a serious harm or threat. Like the EMS didn't appear to be threatened. I just don't think it's enough. I mean, even if they were to give us an offer, if we take this case literally to trial, the mom is going to testify as to what happened, including the brother and the dad, because they were also witnesses, which I spoke to all of them. I mean, I'm saying are we going to drag it? Because I just don't see it.
Our position would be that there's enough to move the case forward with probable cause. Whether there's issues for trial is another issue.
I mean, in that sense, he's right. I mean, it's just a probable cause hearing. Is there enough to move forward? Because it's a very low burden, right? Yes, I agree with you. Is it enough to find someone beyond a reasonable doubt guilty? Perhaps not.
And I'm also basing my arguments as what is actually the evidence that we currently have to kind of figure out the confusion on what actually happened that night. Because the video's not clear at all, which sucks.
It is not clear. So, and really, our reliance is on the sworn statement by the officer in the DIMS.
So let's look up, because it says here, by grabbing EMS responders' right arm, interrupt, disrupt, impede, and interfere with Sanders, a person employed to provide emergency medical services, including the transportation. I'm sorry, this is what I'm looking at. Did then and there unlawfully with criminal negligence. What does criminal negligence mean? Let's look it up.
Yes, Judge.
The defendant should have been aware of a substantial and unjustifiable risk of harm. Is there substantial and unjustifiable risk of harm in this case?
One moment, Your Honor. Let me.
The risk must be so significant that it's a gross deviation from what a reasonable person would do.
I'm gonna argue that if he was briefly grabbing the responder's arm, it does not create substantial or unjustifiable risk of harm. Meaning the fact that due to the nature of the situation, he was acting emotionally.
And Your Honor, if we're gonna go that, I'd respectfully ask for maybe 5 minutes to look in case law and see.
Take your time. There's no.
Yes, Judge.
Yeah, absolutely. There's no rush here. I mean, we got,
Yes, Judge. I respect 5 or 10 minutes and just to look at.
Absolutely.
Yes,
Take your
Judge.
time. Okay. Once and for all.
Yes, Judge. And after reviewing the video and reading case law where there's a case Duncan v. State where they describe it as essentially shutting down, even we looked at it, we don't see that here.
Okay, I'm gonna find no problem.
Yes,
with
Judge.
this.
And
All right.
yes, Judge.
All right.
Your Honor.
Good job.
Thank you, thank you.
And I'm gonna tell you, look, from what I read, I was looking at case law as well too, and it said the gross deviation is such that like there was a guy who had a trailer, right? Who didn't put chains on the trailer detached. It was a homemade trailer. It detached and it killed someone. That's a gross
That's why I
deviation. You know what I mean?
video and it was just
Yeah.
very brief. Yes, Judge.
We have enough cases.
Yes, Judge.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.